And hello, welcome to another episode of Arieus' Let's Play Space Engineers with the Hurley pack here over on the Utopia server. Hi guys, I'm Arieus, nice to see you all. And today we have a focus of getting our storage and refining expansion. As you can see here, and I'm sorry it's a little dark at the moment, haven't added in the lights yet, I have continued to update and upgrade our base here. And if I can go right in here and press the door panel here, makes it easier to get through. You can see that we have created some nice junctions here. Where we've got a large cargo container that's to be built over here, another one that's to be built over here. We're going to have a system for holding, we don't want to hold too much per se on planet because most of the stuff, we want to have stuff for planet. So if we come down on planet side and we need to build a ship or we need to have certain materials together, that we're going to have all those things available to us and ready to go as an outpost. So this will become sort of an outpost base once we go to space. Up here we have 4 refineries. They are also going to be interconnected. I've got part of this done. I haven't got this direction done yet. And you can see that right over here that we have a conveyor that goes into another tube that goes back into a conveyor junction. And it'll be the same way on this side. That'll tether together inside here. And it comes down into here, which runs right back over into these cargo containers. Now, that's not a whole lot of storage for inside the base, but it's like, hey, I need to build a couple of whatever. We've got that there. On the outside over here, we're also going to expand it out, and we're going to put even more storage, large cargo containers, primarily for stone. That and we're going to have the unloading point over here, so that way we'll be able to take a vehicle, back that up, have it connect in, drain out those resources, and those already produced resources will go directly into our container over there, while all the stone will get funneled over into its own separate system over here on the side that'll get processed, and then those ingots and so forth will get pushed over to there. Any extra gravel and so forth will get tossed to the side. Speaking thereof, there's a couple of mods that hopefully we'll be introducing soon. We may or may not. We're trying to keep this pretty light on the mods. There is a trash mod that we can use to get rid of, like say gravel or whatever. We can have it just funnel directly to the trash, into a trash can that will just delete it instead of it just filling up the world with more blocks and more data to have to keep. That's a very, very nice utility mod that maybe we'll get. I don't know. But we're looking to get elevators as well in the system, which will come in use in the future. Now, before we continue on, I do want to show you guys how the mining went. We didn't get quite as much as we had hoped because there was a little bug in the system with something that was either not completed or got damaged along the way. This one did quite well. You can see that I have 2 pistons extended at the moment, and that's because I have to increase the number of pistons so it can go deeper. Because while we made it all the way down here, we did not, however, get all the way to the gold. And the gold is right down here. It's still another 53.8 meters down. So I've got to keep digging that out, which is okay. You know, so I'm going to show you guys how we're going to extend that here in the very near future. That may either be this episode or the next episode. And then this is the one that we didn't get a whole lot of materials out of in the ice because of the bug in the system where we didn't complete something. But you can still see that there's more iron down this way, and well, it's more like over there. There's not a whole lot right here. And that's okay, because we'll probably just end up moving this one on over. These storage containers are going to probably end up over back at the main base, or I might keep them just for purposes of whenever I move this machine around and so forth. how I have these basic refineries, which are kind of what replaced our old arc furnaces. Those two are going to be used over at the stone whenever we deposit the stone. But before I make something to go and pick up everything from over here, which reminds me I need to pick up some ice. But before we go and pick up everything from over here, I need to make sure we have a place to put it, which is why we're expanding out our refinery and all of that. But we also need a lot more power. These 3 windmills right here are not going to do it whenever we have all of these different refineries up and running. So it's something to consider. We're going to go here. Let's add in some more of that. We'll go ahead and fill up our bottle. And let's go to our tank. How is our tank doing? We've burned through a lot of helium in the tank whenever we were charging up the batteries. Or helium, listen to me. Hydrogen. Hydrogen, yes. Oh, yes, and we have a wild Hurley out here today.
Yes, we do.
Mr. Hurley is out here building. He's got his stuff on a charging station / refinery stuff right over here. And so, you want to show us what you're working on today over here, Hurley?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, look at you!
Wait,
I didn't even realize that you were a female avatar. Look at that.
Yeah. I'm working on a ship bay.
Oh! What have we got here? Hey, look at this. Do you want this one, or do you want me to take it?
Take it. I noticed it. I didn't really.
If I can get to the... This is something else in the future we're going to do. We're going to try to get the credits and stuff. I need to flip it over. Flip over. Flip over.
Oh, there you go. Nothing in that one.
No, here it is. Found it. The button. There we go. I got a new item, a rainbow drill. Yay! I'll take everything, please. Everything for 1,000. So yeah, another thing we'll end up doing in a future episode is I have never opened up my letter that I got when I came in that was in my seat. Ooh. And we're going to go find the store. What have we got here?
So...
This is our printing area, right?
Yep. Yeah, so this is just the core. This is going to be like all locked off and for maintenance. Same with the silo here. The main printing area is going to be out here. It's going to be big enough to print smaller Corvettes and drones and whatever we need for the planetary side of things. And then if we need to print any large sections of anything, we can print that here and take it up to space. And then once we get up to space, we can hopefully replicate something like this for up there.
Oh, yeah.
So that we can print stuff up there real easy.
Yeah. I imagine our space stuff. We're going to have... space is really what I am most excited about making. Making up a space station and having printing and having ships on the fly and generally living out there. But I also want to explore other planets in the future. But that's just me. But having the space station near and being able to come back down to the Earth side and having ships that are made for the Earth side and vehicles and so forth, and having a system down here to support it. You know, we could have like one of these drillers down here just getting massive amounts of ice and then come back, the next day and come pick it up, or
even have drones that'll take it to us up there.
Yeah, we could do that as well.
That would be kind of complicated, but complicated.
No. I can do that sort of thing. I believe I can do that. But yeah, that's looking awesome.
Once it's all done, it'll be fun.
Okay. So coming back around, storage is number one, and resetting up our refineries. But to even, like I was saying, do that, we're going to have more power. And that means I've got to make more windmills. Part of my thought was just extending them directly out into some sort of like as if it were like a plane flying in with towers and stuff, do that sort of thing, which I think we might do through here, unless you feel that that would mess up the ice too much, Hurley.
No.
Okay. All right, then. We'll just grab some metal, and we'll start building out and have it connected in. And part of this right here is going to have to go away, because this is where we're going to have our stone input storage and all that stuff. So we'll just build it off the main base here. Let's see here. We want to start with steel plates, which I have. Oh, I have quite a bit on me. All right, that's great. And then we'll just come on out. We go out so far, and then I imagine that we'll actually make it wider. It may be more difficult, though, if I do it like that. I may not like that. Okay, we're not going to do that. I would add them to the top of the building, but I'm not exactly sure how the building's going to end up looking. So what if I put them back behind this building up on this hill? That could be a thing. That could definitely be a thing. Yep. Alright, so we'll get this built and put together, and hopefully I won't kill myself 14 times trying to do this. And we will be right back whenever I have some more of this put together. We'll see you guys in just a moment. And we're back. Look at this. So in the background you can see we have got a number of wind power actually going on, some wind turbines. In fact, I believe we have 12 of these wonderful things all set up here. I've done a little bit of support, haven't finished that out. Don't know if I will, to be perfectly honest. But this should give us plenty of power. They're all optimal, so that's going to do us some really, do us some favors. And also you can see right here, I have pulled down the old tower and replaced it, the area here, with this flat bit of ground. Now this flat bit of ground is going to be used again for the drop-off, delivery, and so forth of the materials. And that's going to run directly into that up there, that storage container, which is going to, pull everything into the system that it can, so long as we have room. I almost feel like we need an overflow, to be perfectly honest. It could be possible that we're going to need an overflow, and I may have to make one in. But that's okay. We'll do what we got to do. So with that set up, we've also begun building our refineries and so forth in here. Hurley has been helping weld that up while I was getting this other stuff together, and we've got our two large containers here. Before I seal all these up, I did kind of want to show what I was doing. As I'd shown earlier, we've got some conveyors, and we've got all this linked up here, and then that links up underneath. I'm going to have to do it right here, so we'll do that in just a moment, just like it's over here, and then we'll get that sealed off. And then you can see we have our refineries and our assemblers. And the cool thing about our refineries and our assemblers is that we have the room on either side to put, what are they called, Hurley? Again, the things on the back that help them help with their power level. They're attachment pieces that you can put in. I forget what they're called. But and the attachment pieces for the refineries here will be able to hang off over on this side. So hopefully between the 4 refineries, that if we get a whole bunch of ore or whatever, it'll get pulled out fairly quickly and then refined down. And we'll put attachments on to help with that to go as quickly as we can. All right, so one of the things we're going to need, I know, is we're going to need interior plates and we're going to need construction components. So we have some construction components, and let me get some more interior plates going here. I'll throw in 200. I'm not sure how many we've got over here. We've got plenty of this. Let me grab another 100 of that. There's 250 interior plates. We're going to need computers. We're going to need motors. We don't need the medicals. We might need some large steel tubes. I'm not sure. I'm certain we're going to need more displays. Well, I say that. We probably won't, now that I say it. But, you know, we could. Who knows? I'm going to make 20 more displays anyway. So let me grab these interior plates here. Probably some more small steel tubes as well. Actually, if I got... Yeah, we're about out of small steel tubes. Alright, that gives us... Here, you start making some more small steel tubes, and we'll continue on. So, what we're going to do is we're going to put a junction here, and we're going to put a junction there. And then with these junctions, that will allow us to tether that into our system. There. And there. We'll get these welded up real quick. Construction components, of course. We have a little bit of room down here to work with as well. There we go. It's all in there and supported. Wonderful. And then we'll put the ramps over here, just like we did over there. Just like that.
I'm back.
Ah, welcome back. I was saying, I was sitting there thinking that I've been sitting here thinking, boy, I wish that Space Engineers had an applied energistics mod.
That would be really cool, yeah. It kind of does, in a sense. Well,
Not
I guess
digitally
not.
compact. Like, no, not really. All right. So that is now hooked up into that. So these should all be on and fine. And then, so our assemblers are hooked up to our refiners, which are now hooked up to our cargo containers, which I need more steel plates. Let's see, do we have any more? And then I will do the outside bits. And then I've got to do this part in the front as well, but we're getting it all done. Just like that. I would put a girder there, but I don't think I can. Then these, of course, can get sealed back up. Got our hole over there. What were the... we have room over here for those things, the attachment things to the... I forget what they're called. To the assemblers.
Modules.
Modules. The assemblers and the refineries. Got plenty of room
Speed,
for that.
yield, and efficiency.
And that means with that, we can shut down this other assembler. And then make all the other assemblers here slaves to this one. In fact, let's go in the control panel. We'll rename this one Assembler Main. And then, where is it? Repeat mode, cooperative mode. And then we go back to the other ones. Two, 3, and 4. These should all be on cooperative mode. So they should all help out the main. And then that assembler over there can now be taken down. And our inventories can be taken out too, so that's good. Just grab it all, right? We'll move all this around, and then we will work on getting this set up, and I'll bring you back whenever I have everything ready to begin this part of the project here. Just give us a minute to clean all this up, and we'll be right back. And we're back. Look at this. So I have been busy off camera. We certainly have a lot of stuff going on, and I'm going to work through this and explain it as we come up through here. We've got a little bit of welding still left to do, and we've got to set up our conveyor sorters, and then what we've got is a whole system here that will help us basically take control over what's going where and help process this stuff as quickly as possible, including, like we did over at the mining station, several of these basic refineries are going to be added around. But basically what happens is that I've got double pistons up there, 2 pistons that are going to push and up and across, or down, I'm sorry, not up, down and across, so that way we can match up whatever we need to the vehicle that we need. So a vehicle can come in, park, this can come down, or if it's in the back of the vehicle, that can push down further and connect up into it. We can manually do that. Then from there, we have this sorter. And this sorter is going to allow us to say, hey, we're going to have, we're not going to pull out any pre-made, prefabricated construction components. So we can block that. We can say, don't pull out uranium, for example, if we have like uranium as a power supply within that vehicle, or don't pull out uranium ingots, only pull out uranium ore. And so that's going to sort in. And then it's going to come down here, and then this conveyor sorter says, hey, if you're stone, come this way. So all the stone will get thrown in here. And then with these basic refineries, like they were arc furnaces back in the day, are going to process stone. And these basic refineries require a lot less power than a great big refinery. And you lose a little bit, but it's stone, which is the most common thing in the whole game. So that's not going to be a problem. And then whenever it's made the ingots, that one up there is going to say, okay, so take all the ingots, not the gravel though, ingots minus the gravel, and push it on into here. And then, so this right here, these two are basically overflow. And they're going to push right through into here, which is going to go directly back into the system. And it'll be done. So now we're just going to grab up a few more components, get this thing set up, and that should be basically everything that we need for right now. Now, I have been making a lot of stuff. I mean, like, just tons and tons and tons of stuff here. Because, well, to be perfectly honest, we kind of need all of it. I mean, we've got construction components, and we've got, actually, I'm going to need even more of those. We've made steel plates and computers, and you know the drill. Basically everything, because that's kind of what happens. So that needs construction components. I'll grab those in a minute. We'll just come fly through here and make sure we have everything. Large steel tubes. I need to remember to grab some of those. Hopefully we'll get all the small steel tubes out of the way. So basically, small steel tubes, construction components, large steel tubes. That's what I'm seeing. And then a refinery. Yep. We'll come on over here. I'm going to hold down Alt and press middle mouse button on this, and that's going to deposit all the extra stuff I have. So let's go for small steel tubes, construction components, did I need motors? I need large steel tubes. And we'll grab those. And then let's see what we have left. Then we'll get our sorters made, and we should be good to go. I'll put a control panel for the up and down motion. I'll make it really slow as well. Make sure that I have these all, that they don't like slam into anything, that the pistons don't move too fast. A nice piston control panel, basically. Yeah, more construction components. That one right there is going to need some stuff. All right, we're almost done. It's going to be nice. So, Hurley, I just want to say thank you so much. What is your goal on how many people? Do you just want to keep around 4 or 5 people maybe on the server? And are you going to update the mod pack on the website?
Update the mod pack. It's updated.
Oh, so if
Mod
somebody
pack's
comes
updated.
in... Okay, so if somebody comes in, they will see what we have. All right.
Yeah, and however many people want to join, if anybody, as long as they don't do anything rash and destroy it, they're welcome.
Okay.
Gotta join the Steam group, though, which you're an admin of, so you can accept people.
All right. And Boomer, are you enjoying now? I'd like to note that Boomer is out there in the middle of nowhere. I think at the moment, out in space, right, Boomer?
Yes, the cold, dark, reach space.
Are you anticipating on maybe once we have our full space station up and running? Like, I'm sure you'll come over and visit. I would like to think so. But are you planning on maybe coming up, maybe even hanging out and playing with us directly, or are you just planning on just doing your own thing?
Probably a little bit of both. I would like to build a space elevator down to the planet, which I think the concept of that fascinates me. So
I don't know if has it been successfully done.
When you're looking at the loading screens, they show a space elevator self-producing itself. It's like 2 platforms with pistons.
Mm-hmm.
And the first piston, I want to try that.
I've seen some really interesting builds on that sort of thing, but what I often find is that there becomes a point where everything just starts bending and flipping because the gravity and the extended height and so forth just creates an issue basically. And I don't know. Maybe it can be done. Hey, if you can do it, great.
Yeah.
I don't know if it can be done.
Yeah.
Prove me wrong. Right. All right. We're planning on starting off. We'll probably begin construction between the Earth and the Moon, somewhere in the center. That's where I wanted it to be, but it may not actually start there. That's what we're looking at. So much production. So much stuff. Let's see. Is that going to be... I don't know how much more we're going to need. Probably need some more large steel tubes. But hopefully, all of this will be up and connected and ready and good. All right. Energy low. And then we'll set these sorters up in just a moment as well. And replace our energy, and then that ought to be the end of the episode. So, and next episode after this one, if you were paying attention earlier in the video, at the beginning of the video, you may notice what it is at the very beginning of the... I'll just say that. There were clues as to what we're going to be doing next. But, you know, before we can do some things, we have to do other things. And I have to make sure that before we start moving stuff from over there to over here, that there's plenty of storage space for that whole kind of thing. All right. So, this one right here, access that control pad. Okay, we're going to call this conveyor sorter non-stone. Okay, and then it's going to have a blacklist of stone. And find stone under S. S for stone, right, guys? Yes, S for stone. So it'll take anything but stone. And if we want to say don't take components, we can do that at the very first one here. We can say no components and no uranium. Let me come over to this sorter. Let's rename this to primary. That's the primary sorter, blacklist, and we'll say blacklist components and uranium ingots. Like that. And then this one over here will be whitelist stone. So that's going to feed into that. And so it should all be functioning now. Of course, I still got to build other basic refineries. And I got to build another control panel, which I'll probably put right here just to move those pistons across and down however we need. And that should be pretty good. We've got some power. We may need to add some more power in the future. I'll check that out. Right now, we seem to be pretty good. I'm going to keep an eye on batteries. But for now, that should be basically everything we need. So, I want to thank everybody for watching. And I hope to see you guys next time. Videos are currently coming out on Tuesdays and Saturdays. And you guys want to say anything before we leave, by the way? And there's dead silence. All right. I'll see you guys later. Bye.